you.
Time 11:18.
Thank you. It is our great honor to welcome to Mesa, my hometown and yours, two very important individuals, national leaders at a time where our country certainly could use a lot of leadership. Would you please join me in welcoming Senator John McCain and Governor Mitt Romney. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you all for coming out this morning, and thank you for being here. And I know you all just came to see me, so I will. Let me say that, all of you know, Mitt Romney, wonderful governor of the state of Massachusetts. A wonderful family, and I am confident that we'll continue to serve the people of this nation. I would also like to just point out that we had a very spirited campaign in our Republican primary in 2008. After that primary was completed, there was no one person that worked harder on behalf of our ticket and the things that we believe in than Mitt Romney. Cindy and I have had the great honor and privilege of getting to know Mitt and Ann and his family, and Mitt has an incredibly busy schedule, but I'm very grateful that he would take the time out from that schedule and come here and be with the folks in the East Valley and the citizens of Arizona. And without further ado, could I introduce the great governor of the state of Massachusetts, a national leader, a man who has served his state and his nation with distinction and honor, my friend Mitt Romney. Thank you.
It is good to be here in East Valley. This is a wonderful place. You're lucky to be here, to live here. You're in the heat too often, but it's still a lovely place to be, and it's an honor to be here with you today and to be here with Senator McCain. You know, we knew each other on a professional basis, but when he invited Ann and me to spend a weekend with he and Cindy at their ranch out in the desert, that was the time when I really got to know the man. He's a barbecuer. He knows all sorts of birds. He knows, he can point at birds and tell you what breed of bird it is. And this guy, I got to know on a personal basis. And we are not just acquaintances, we're friends. And I'm happy to be here today to support him. But I'm here for another reason. It's not just because he's a friend that I support him. You recognize that these are turbulent times in our country. This economic downturn has not been a short event. It has gone on longer. It has been a deeper downturn. It has been more painful than it should have been. Unfortunately, the actions that the president took have lengthened and deepened this pain. In addition to the downturn economically and the many people who are suffering from lack of good jobs as a result of that, there are other challenges that we face in this country, and you know that. One of them is that Washington is on a course of destruction. Washington is spending so much money and borrowing so much and put in place so many programs that keep on borrowing and spending. We'll add $10 trillion to the debt. We'll go from $8 trillion to $18 trillion over just the next 10 years, given what Washington has done. That's one other burden, in addition to the economic slowdown that we have. And of course, there are challenges around the world that will affect us. What's happening in Europe and the collapse potentially of economic recovery there is something which has an impact here. And then there are the international matters that affect us. You look at Russia with their intrusion into Georgia and their ambitions perhaps to pick up other of their satellites or to have influence or direction over those other former satellite states of the old Soviet Union. And then there's China, its eyeing of Taiwan. There's North Korea having sunk a South Korean ship. There's Iran building a nuclear capacity, in the events in Israel with nations of the world combining and pointing at Israel. There's a lot happening in the world that suggests that these are truly turbulent times. And in turbulent times, America needs a heavyweight senator. Now, he's not real huge. He keeps slim and trim, but he is a Washington heavyweight. He knows how to push back against the Obama machine. You need somebody who understands how to make things happen. About who I want to vote for, I always measure them on the issues I care about, and I check them off and so forth. That's pretty easy to do, but there's something else that's more important to me. Even than that, I want to know their character, and I want to know if they love America. And with John McCain, no one can ever question whether he's a man of character who loves America. He has served this country in wartime and in peace. He is the kind of leader, the kind of heavyweight, the kind of thinker, the kind of experience he has is what America needs. And so on behalf of the nation, I'm asking my friends in Arizona to do us all as Americans a favor, and that's to re-elect the great, strong senator from Arizona, Senator John McCain.
Thank you, Mitt. Could I just make a couple of comments and thank you, and I'm again honored that you are here. Mitt and I would both like to respond to your questions or comments or insults in just a minute. By the way, my favorite governor story is the two inmates in the state prison in the chow line, and one of them turned to the other and said, "The food was a lot better in here when you were governor." But anyway. There's some states you can't tell that joke in, but also Speaker Kirk Adams, who just introduced me, and Mitt, he's a great speaker. He does a wonderful job in our legislature. Wonderful man. I thank Kirk, and we have both Mayor Scott Smith and Mayor Tom of Mesa here, and a great mayor, and just come up with a plan to keep the Cubs in Mesa. Way to go, Scott. We're very proud of your hard work in that direction. And of course, Mayor John Lewis of Gilbert. John is here too, a great city and great man. So, where are you, John? John. Oh, there he is. He's there. Thank you, John, for being here. Well, stand up so everybody can see you. There's somebody there. Thank you, John. Thank you for being here. I just want to comment on two issues. As Mitt said, there's a lot going on around the world, and we'll be glad to comment on Russia, on this latest, as Mitt referred to, anti-Israeli tsunami that is taking place, which I think is really unconscionable. And of course, our wars in Afghanistan and Iraq, and we're succeeding in Iraq. We're going to have some tough times in Afghanistan, but I believe if we can stay the course, we'll be all right. But I just want to mention to you, and Mitt knows this very well, Arizona is one of the hardest hit states economically. We were at the crest of the housing wave, and we had further to fall. There's 40-some% of the homes in Arizona are underwater, worth less than their mortgages, and we've really been hurting very badly. And so what we've seen come out of the Obama administration, stimulus package, $787 billion unpaid for. We saw these supplemental, emergency supplementals, which are then not paid for, which has accumulated that our national debt just went over $13 trillion. $13 trillion. Our debt this year will be $1.4 trillion. Next year, $1.5 trillion. Numbers are staggering. My favorite bumper sticker lately says, "Please do not tell President Obama what comes after a tree." So what's the latest news? Very briefly, and I'm sure you may have seen it. The nation's economy added 431,000 jobs, and the unemployment rate dipped to 9.7%. The government said that 411 of the jobs created, 411 of the 431,000, were temporary positions with a once-a-decade U.S. census, and not the kind of unemployment that can drive a sustained economic recovery. That meant